Hey everybody, Lisa G back with you today. Today we're going to work on decorating our nothing but junk journals, and we're going to upcycle some trash into some junk journaling treasure. We're going to take this Xfinity Comcast envelope and turn it into something useful and pretty for our journals. But before we get started, if you would, please take a moment to smash the subscribe button and give us a thumbs up if you would, so that you'll be notified the next time we upload a video. Thank you so much, and we appreciate everything that you do to, help us build our channel. So we'll get started real quick. I have some printables that came from Anna Thompson Designs. I will share a link to her Facebook page in the description box below, and you can go check it out. She has some beautiful printables, as you can see, and I've already cut mine up. I should have printed out an extra copy so I could show you what they look like. But there's one that has, a tag and a tag pocket, and we're going to use that. And I've printed these out. These are some fussy cuts, and we're going to decorate our envelope with some of these. And then I've cut some pieces that, we're going to use to decorate our actual envelope. So what I usually do when I'm making a project, you might be able to see it here. See, this one is marked A, and so this is A, and I've marked it right here. This is B, and this one's B, so it'll go here. And so I do that just so I make sure that I'm putting all of my pieces in the correct order. So I've already decided where I want them. I've cut them specifically for, that spot. And that way it just kind of helps me keep everything straight and where I want everything to go. I just realized that I do not have a new glue stick, so let me grab that real quick. Okay. So with glue stick, and this is kind of a slick envelope. So anytime you're working with glue stick and you have a surface that's kind of shiny or slick, you can do one of two things. You can either take some, like some sandpaper or something and rough it up a little bit, or you can take some thinned out acrylic paint and paint over it, and it kind of gives it a little bit to stick to. You can do either one of those things. But with the glue stick, when you're working it, let me get it open here. With the glue stick, if you use it on both sides, so we're going to glue here, and then we're going to put some glue here. And that is going to help it stick together. For some reason, when you use glue stick, if you only use it on one side, it doesn't stick as great. But if you use it on both sides, it sticks way better, and you will find that you don't have to go back and, fix it, so to speak. So we'll get started here, and we'll just kind of show you, what we're going to end up with. And, this is a little envelope that came with our cable when we first got it years ago. And, I just saved it because I knew eventually I would turn it into something, and today we're going to use it. So I've been holding on to this for a long time. So our pieces, we're going to put this guy here. And let's see, there's B, that's going to go here. And so that's going to be our first part that we take care of. And we're going to go ahead and do that now. And I don't want to get glue on my other stuff, so let me get that out of the way and grab my glue book. When you use a glue book, it's just easier, and that way if you get, glue on your stuff, you can just tear off the page and fold it over and then use it for, you know, either stamping, or you can turn it into a tag, or, you know, there's all kinds of things you can do. These printables I just printed off onto regular copy paper, and you know, they're gonna work just fine for what we're doing. And we want to go ahead and put glue on both sides like we were saying. And then I cut these so that we gave ourselves just a little bit of a border on our envelope, okay? And if it, you know, doesn't seem like it's sticking so well, you can go back and add a little extra glue there. And, you know, once it dries, it'll stick just fine. Let's see. Here is B. Now, you can use wet glue for this, but just, you know, be aware that if you use wet glue, it's going to buckle the paper just a little bit. So you have to just be really careful about smoothing it out. Okay. All right. We're going to go back and forth here. And again, I gave myself just a little bit of a border so that, you know, it looks, oops, so that it looks good. And let's see. There we go. That's close enough. And so I tried to round the corners on the top part of this, you know, just so that it would kind of match up nicely. And there's our inside there. All right, now we can go to the back side. And because of this sticker, I decided to make this one to where it would come all the way down in the front and cover up that sticker, okay? Because I didn't want that sticker, you know, showing up and being something that detracted from the beauty of the envelope. So I decided to go all the way down to this edge on this one. Okay. We'll get that one going. If I can hold on to it. I hope everybody is doing well today. I have been a busy girl. We have a junk journal challenge going on in our Facebook group called the Junk Journal Gals and Pals. So if you'd like, you can come over to Facebook and check us out over there and see what we're up to. We have a great group, and we have a great group of gals and pals, and we'd love to have you come over and check us out and see if it's something you'd be interested in you know, having fun with us. So let's see. We'll do that. And see how that one's just going to come right to the edge, right? So that's what we've got here. And when you open it up, there you go. All right. So I'm going to make mine a floating pocket so that I can, you know, move it to a different space in my journal if I want to. If you want to glue it down and just use it as a pocket, you know, a flip-up pocket inside on a particular page, you're welcome to do that. And you don't have to put anything on the back. But I would like mine to be a floating pocket. So what I'm going to do is put this piece on here, okay? And again, these printables were from Anna Thompson Designs, and she has her own Facebook page, and you can go check that out and you know, see if that might be something that interests you too. She makes some really pretty printables, and I just enjoy using her printables because she just always makes really pretty ones, and she does such a great job on them. Okay. I just like to always give it a little extra oomph with the glue just to make sure that we're going to cover all our bases. Oops. Making sure I cover up this little number down here in the corner. That's part of the envelope. There we go. And of course I had already gone and inked all my edges on my pieces because I wanted it to have a little bit of a vintagey feel. And if you need to, you can go back and, you know, add a little extra if you want to. That's totally up to you. I had thought about adding this piece here, but I think I will just put this on my page with like a little hidden paper clip so that, you know, it's just an extra journaling spot. And, you know, it's going to be up to you, whatever you want to do. I think there's like 3 or 4 pages with this, and so, you know, you'll have all kinds of fun playing with the little bits and pieces that are in there. Real quick, I'm going to cut this out and fussy cut it, and then I'll be right back with you, okay? Okay. So because these two were so big, I decided they really didn't fit with what I was doing. I could put one on this side if I wanted to, but it just seemed a little overwhelming for what I was working on. So I'm going to save these two for something else and just go ahead and fussy cut them out and put them in my stash for later, okay? But I did take the bucket out of this one and the bouquet out of this one. And of course, you know, since I printed these off and I can print more of them, I'm not too worried about, you know, having messed up the tag, because I can print it again. And I can always, you know, use like one of these pieces as a background for something, or, you know, to put into a cluster, something like that. So there's always, you know, other uses for bits and pieces if you decide that you know, want to save them for something else. And like here's the big one, and, you know, if I needed to, I could fussy cut this out and use this by itself, and cut this off and use that by itself. So it's just, you know, whatever you decide that you want to do with it. So it's all about the playing, okay? So for this one, and actually that might be a little too vintagey looking. So let's take one of these pieces, because it sort of matches a little better over here. And we'll just tear out a piece. To use as the background. And then we'll, you know, put this guy on top of that. So we maybe don't need quite as big a piece here. Let's add a little to the side here and see what we see. And if we don't like it, we'll back up and regroup again, because we can do that. If you don't like something, you don't like the way it looks, then, you know, we can always go back and change it up a little bit. And of course I want to, now this one, you know, there was just way too much intricate stuff, so I just kind of went around the outline of it. And once we darken it, it'll kind of make it pop anyway, and it'll be fine, okay? Still not in love with that, but we'll see how we go here. We might find something else to put in its stead. I do have some register tape. We could maybe, you know, do something like that. That might make it stand out a little better. I don't know. Let's see what we got here. This is some old adding machine tape that I found at a, I can't remember if it was at Goodwill or Ambets, but I found like a whole big box of it and just bought it all. All right, let's see. Maybe we can do a little stamping on it, possibly. Let's see what that looks like. The great thing about crafting is you can always, you know, do something different if you want to. Let's see what that does. And we're just going to be sneaky and lay this right over there. And there we go. Now let's see what we think. Yeah, that's a little better. Or we could put it on this side. How about that? I think that'll work for now. So the idea of the Nothing But Junk journal is to look at new ways to use your trash so that, you know, you are lessening your carbon footprint and you are getting to turn your trash into treasure, which is a really awesome thing. Because, you know, every little bit that we can do to help save the planet is, you know, also gonna save our grandchildren and our great-grandchildren the headache of dealing with all the trash that, you know, that we as consumers put in the landfills every day. So anything that we can do to help keep that from happening, I'm all about it. There we go. How's that? Okay, and then we'll come back and we'll, you know, we'll add some little, you know, bits to the edge, and, you know, maybe give it like some dimension or something like that. We'll see what we can do. And on this side, let's see. I think I might do that. What you think? Think that looks okay? And again, you know, we can decorate this a little more if we want to. So, but we'll do that for the moment. Okay. And this book is one that I pulled out of the bin at the bookstore. It was going to go in the trash. And so I decided that, you know, I would be happier to use it in my crafting and give it a second life and not let it end up in the landfill, because that's where it would be going if it didn't get picked up from the bookstore. Anything that they're not interested in buying, you know, people just dump it in this bin at the front door, and you can go through it, and if you see something you like, you can take it. And so that's what I did. I saved it from the landfill. And you would be surprised to find out and to know that more than 320 million books a year end up in the landfill. And it's because, you know, booksellers like Barnes & Noble and Borders and, you know, all those things, if they don't sell them in the bookstore, they have to destroy them and throw them away because the publisher didn't make the money off of them. So therefore, you know, they can't be recycled or upcycled or anything, and they just make them throw them away. And, you know, for what it's worth, I don't want to throw books away because, you know, that just adds more to our landfill, and, you know, it's just not good for the environment. And I'd rather save the environment and, you know, use the books in this manner. So it's easy not to feel guilty for using the books like this for that very reason. Because if I didn't use it like this, it would end up in the landfill. Okay. All right. Now, if we want to, we can go back and we can add a little bit of antiquing around the edge, make it look sort of vintagey. And it just adds a little extra dimension to it. Okay. And again, I can come back and I can decorate this a little more when I've decided where I'm going to put it in my book. Okay. But I'm going for the shabby chic look. And I'm going to open it up and do the inside too. But we're just doing the edges right now. Okay. It's fun to come up with, you know, all these different ideas and ways that you can, you know, upcycle things. I have seen some of the most amazing ideas for the June Junk Journal Challenge, and the ladies in my group have just really gone above and beyond with everything that they've done. And I would love for you guys to come check it out and see, you know, see what we've been doing, because we have just been having a big old time. All right. And we can also go back and, you know, I'll add something here as well, you know, just like a little extra something, but I haven't decided what yet. So when I do, I'll let y'all know. But my journal that I've created, I am in the process of starting to decorate. So this was a box that my daughter got a book in that she had ordered at Christmas, and of course they back ordered it, so she didn't get it until maybe just like a month ago. But I snagged the box because I wanted it, and it, you know, just seemed like it'd be the perfect journal cover. So that's where we're at there. And I cut this off. It was a bit of a rough edge, and so I just evened it up so that I can, and I'll, you know, do some sort of closure here so that it covers it all up, and, you know, I'll probably do something magnetic so that it catches, you know. And then on the inside, I did this so far. And, you know, I think I showed you guys this on one of the last videos. But I've got to put the inside of that together. And once we get that done, then it'll really start coming together. But I'm just totally excited about turning this into something, you know, useful and purposeful. So, I used the leftover paper. I had 2 sheets of this, and I used the leftover paper to make a tag. And this was actually the cover of a Kleenex box. And I found it in my mom's trash while she was on vacation at my sister's. And so I snagged it, and I brought it home, and I turned it into a little tag. And I may make it into a pocket back here and put like a bookmark. So I thought, you know, I might go around 3 edges here and then shove a bookmark in there so that, you know, when I am working in my journal, I can, you know, bookmark where I ended up, or, you know, where I stopped. So just another idea for something, you know, useful and purposeful out of trash. So as this one is, see how I've got a pocket, and it's just a big envelope. So here's one side of the envelope, and here's the back side of the envelope, and I turned it into 2 pockets. Okay, well, because this one has the window right here, I thought that it might be cute to put this right here, like so that the flower shows through like that. And I'll come back and I'll ink the edges of this, and I'll, you know, I'll cover this with some paper that, like, you know, we'll have something like that so that it, you know, it all kind of meshes together, right? And, you know, just all sort of matches itself. But I thought it might be pretty to do that and then, you know, have that as a floating pocket. So it's, you know, it's got a pocket there. It's inside the pocket. It's, you know, showing our pretty picture through the window. And, you know, when we close it, we'll have this as well. So that's the plan anyway. So I hope you guys like this, and I hope that you will go out and, you know, find something that you can turn into some crafty goodness just like this. And I hope you will come check out our Facebook group and let me know what you think. Please leave me some comments below if you would. And, you know, I appreciate you so much for hanging out with me today and having some fun. So go out there and make something crafty. Love you guys. And if you would, please be sure and smash that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up before you go. Thank you guys. Love y'all much. Bye.